Should I do it like Mo?
Yeah, do it like Mo.
And we're back. Thanks for joining the F-Arounds at Effing Around podcast.
The Fuck-Arounds.
I had to fuck it up a little
I know,
bit
you gotta
because
be a
that's what
Mo.
Mo does.
Fucks up our own band name.
Yeah. Fucks up the call out all the time. So today, this weekend, Joe and I attended the EXXXOTICA Expo here in Chicago. And one of our first and best interviewees that we met at our first night at the fest is Ellie Stockholm. Ellie is with us right now. Ellie, say hi for the folks at home.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
We are happy to have you.
I feel like she's not happy to be here. It's in her last name.
Stockholm.
Stockholm. Yes, I've been my captors.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not worried about that part, just on account of the security that you brought.
I do have the best security around.
Which is interesting because, I was kind of, we met a lot of people while we were at the fest, right? And we made some new friends. I think Chloe Temple was the very first interview we did. And we met her over at the bar when I was kind of a little overwhelmed and a little nervous about starting to get the ball rolling. And so she was just standing at a table by herself, and we kind of walked up and started talking to her, and she's like, you should do a shot. So I did a shot with her. I finished my drink. We did a little talk, and you might have been the next person that I talked to after that.
Yes, you told me that.
Yes.
Oh, did I?
I
All
did,
right.
yeah. I heard this story once before.
I do have a tendency to repeat myself because I often black out when I talk.
It's okay. It's context.
Yeah. Right. So,
he does it old school. That's how he works on these things. Whatever he says to you on it when he's off, he has no recollection of that conversation.
I know what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know somebody like that.
Yeah. Joe tells me all the time that he's like, oh, you remember this? It was your idea. Nope, not at all. Don't remember anything about that. You remember this person? No, I don't. I don't remember the call. I don't remember the there were a few people we were trying to re-find yesterday that we had seen on Friday. And Saturday seemed a lot more sort of, the vibe was a little different.
Do you feel so? How?
Maybe not for you because it was probably your kind of a crew, but it definitely seemed a little more fetish themed or centered as far as the attendees. There were a lot more men than women on Saturday.
Okay.
Well, mainly probably because Friday was ladies' night and they were all free.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just seemed a little like the whole atmosphere, and it could have been because people went out and partied the night after night one.
Yes.
So that could have been it too. But it just did. Joe and I were walking around. It was just like it just feels off. I was having a hard time getting started on Saturday.
I feel like Saturday was a little bit slower to start.
Okay.
But it really picked up around like 5.
Okay, that's when we got there yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was great.
I mean, it was packed.
Right? Yeah.
It was definitely packed. But then by like 8, 9 o'clock, it had seemed like it had really like cooled off, and that a lot of the attendees had left. People weren't really. I wasn't getting hit up every time I walked down an aisle about paying for some after parties.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so I didn't get to walk around like at all.
Okay.
So I didn't quite see that vibe. I did see the dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to go in there, but I just didn't have time. The dungeon experience looked like fun if you're into that sort of thing.
We were a little curious, but we didn't make it in there because we kind of had the feeling that it was like a premium sort of a thing.
It was,
and
yes.
This was our first real kind of adult themed fest. We didn't really know what etiquette, the rules, like
what to expect.
If a star's got a long line, can we just like cut it to like try and talk to them?
No, definitely not.
No, and we didn't. But those were kind of the things that we were like, so what is this really? Press pass, what's that really? What do we do with this, honestly?
Oh, you had the press pass.
Yes.
Yeah, we were. That's why you're talking to us right now.
I think. Well, there's people who just walk around. And,
we noticed that. No, they approved us for press for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because so this was our first dive into it, and we hope to do more. And we want to do a lot more events like this. It was our first time going. So when we started with cannabis, and then from cannabis we moved to alcohol.
Yeah.
And we've done a couple other ones that we've signed up for, and
Mm-hmm.
this was kind of one of those industries we wanted to obviously get into
Yeah.
with what we're doing, and we thought it'd be fun.
Yeah,
But,
it's a blast.
but I used to be in cannabis, and the one thing I remember going to those events is the most annoying thing is when someone goes up to you and then they try and take all your time and keep talking to you.
Right.
And then there are customers coming up or people want to buy, and it feels like it takes away from the business. So we were doing an interview on the podcast with someone in the industry, and Mike, as he was saying, he doesn't remember anything, was asking this guest, he goes, so you've been in there for this industry for a long time. He goes, yeah. He goes, so what was your aha moment? And I'm like, that was a great question. So I said, you know what? Our thing should be, when we do media, we never ask more than one question. We go up there, we wait, we ask one question, we walk away. It's good, bad, but we ask everybody the same question.
Yeah.
Because if they want to talk more, you can talk more. But then the idea is our video is a montage of everybody's one question.
That's cool.
Because this way you can go back to your business, you can go back to your sales, you can go back to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll remember the one question, and maybe you won't hate us that we took all your time.
Yeah, chances are we're not taking more than 30 to 60 seconds of a performer or an interviewee's time in something like this, because we get it. You paid for this stall. You're here to promote yourself. We're part of that, but for the most part, we're, comparably, we're nobodies. You're probably going to do more for us than we are for you from this interview.
Right.
But no, I get it though. I would think if you had press pass though, I would think you would have been able to go in there. Granted, I don't know that would be a scenario where they even allow press. Like I don't know.
Because there was a lot of pipe and drape, a lot of curtains.
Yeah, so they may not just in general. That might be a no press area. I'm not
right.
sure.
We kind of loitered around it a little bit to see if somebody would be like, "Hey, come on over," but nobody did. There were a few booths that opted to not talk to us whatsoever. Didn't want our promotion or us to do anything.
Yeah, some people don't. They're there to make their money and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to each their own. I'm a pretty goofy, random person. I like to just keep things fun and lighthearted and keep the fun going. So I think it's a little more relaxed, right? More approachable, less pressure.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely, at least as far as individual exhibitors went, you could definitely see some were a little more inviting and open than others.
Absolutely.
The ones that really wanted to be there, and the ones that, let's hope that the dog doesn't knock over our lights while she's digging for a toy.
She is so cute. She has a bag of toys.
Yes.
It's actually a bag just of tennis balls.
Oh my God. So she's just pulling out different tennis balls.
Yes.
Yeah, which she's got already all over the floor.
I love her.
But videotaping you guys talk when he came up, you
Yeah.
were probably one of the most personable people we talked to. You're friendly, you're bubbly, and like from my experience growing up, I was like, this is what you imagine you hope a suicide girl is like when you meet them.
Yeah. So it's so funny you say that. I get told that a lot, and it makes me really happy because a lot of people outside of this industry tell me like, oh, how censored are we?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, great. So I've had a lot of people tell me that I look like a fucking cunt. And I'm like
RBF kind of cunt?
Yeah, no, I do have hardcore RBF. Outside of, when I'm at an event like that, it's in my brain to look approachable and comfy. So I'm making sure that I'm not. Whereas when I'm not in the zone, I definitely can have some pretty major resting bitch face for sure.
But you were like friendly, you were talkative, you were interactive.
It makes me so happy because I get told the opposite in, a vanilla life moment. It's like, okay, I am fun.
Yeah, look at me go.
I just look mean sometimes, I guess.
We used to have
and at no point did we think you looked mean at all.
Thank
I
you.
mean, you just watched the video. I mean,
Yeah.
You were very happy and friendly.
I am. I'm happy to be there. I think just if I'm not, locked into and seeking some sort of interaction, then I'm probably looking less I look very
stoic.
Yeah.
Was your cue? Zoom in on her face
Yes.
right there.
Zoom.
Yeah, she didn't. Mo's not here. Yeah, so normally we do have, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yes.
That we usually have more people here, and we're a little lacking right now.
Oh, I don't care.
But it doesn't
Rest
So-
assured, I can quite literally talk for hours about God
Cool.
knows what.
So the funny thing is, so we did rewatch your interview from yesterday, and the first question that I asked you, you ended up not really having an answer for.
Yeah.
Now again, you were like the second person that we talked to, and the fact that, you know, once I got a little more comfortable and I started figuring out like what I was gonna do, you know, so that's kind of where it was. And the question that you ended up answering is the question I ended up asking everybody else.
Oh, awesome.
So it ended up being, you know, what is the wildest thing a fan has requested that you do or did not do because it was too wild.
Yeah.
But I guess the question that we started with in the interview was, what was a hard boundary that you have that people would be surprised by?
Okay. Here's why I was struggling answering it. And we talked about now. I was like, okay, I think I can answer this, but here's why I was struggling. It's the part, it's not the what's something that you don't do. It was the what's something that you don't do that people would be surprised by. And because, so I'll say, what I will not do is anything scat related, anything blood or injury related, like knife play exists. Okay. I'm not down with that. Racism, there's a big request for race play. I don't do that. But here's the part that threw me off. So those are, I'd say, my top three, aside from anything obviously illegal. Right? Those would be my top three. I hope that people aren't surprised that I won't do shit play. You know what I mean? How would it surprise them? I couldn't think of any that would probably surprise people because I think most people would be like, okay, yes, I see why you don't do shit content, you know?
Because it's nasty?
Yep.
Yes. So it was the surprise part that I couldn't solidify in my brain.
And honestly, I was surprised that that was the answer.
Yeah.
That most people got was giving to Mike. And it wasn't just that they said that, the details in which they gave him.
Oh, yeah. There's always details.
Right. So, I mean, nobody really had what I would call a repeat question or repeat request.
Yeah.
The theme was shit.
Yes, every time.
The scat.
Every time.
Scat was on the menu. But it was definitely a different weird shit request for the performers that we talked to. Either they did or did, even the ones that did or didn't do it. You know, one girl talked about how guy wanted a jar of her shit.
Yeah.
But she didn't know and she didn't look up beforehand.
That it's illegal to mail your shit?
No, not that.
Oh.
How to store it pre-shipping.
Oh.
So apparently when
she got a moldy turd.
When the person came to pick it up, the box smelled, apparently.
And they won't pick up her mail.
Yeah, and she's like having a hard time getting packages delivered to her door again. I didn't even think about the fact that would be illegal to send.
I don't think it is. There's got to be something. I think you have to. It's like a biohazard. There's probably a proper way to do it.
Right.
It's definitely a biohazard.
Yeah, it's for sure a biohazard.
If I remember correctly, I think there's some type of test where you're supposed to send it, like on one of those male doctor
right.
things.
Yeah.
Right. It gets
you can also donate your turds.
I don't.
Well, like Tom Brady style or what?
Some people need shit transplants.
Yeah, Tom Brady style.
Does he get turd transplants?
No, so there was a South Park episode.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Where Kyle's mom gets a shit transplant. Or what did they call it? Do you remember?
No.
Something microbiome something.
Yeah.
Right?
It's something like that.
There was like a name a medical name that they gave to it, and like people who were sick or low energy or whatever, once they had this happen, they turned into like, oh, I love life. I'm so awesome. Like
fecal
everything is awesome.
microbiota transplant.
Say that again?
Yum, yum.
Fecal microbiota transplant.
Right. So I think in South Park, they called it like a fecal transplant or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have a fecal transplant? I had a fecal transplant. It was awesome. So basically the best to get is the most healthiest people.
Yeah.
So in the show, the idea or the plot was to get Tom Brady's poop to save like a town full of people. And they're like, yeah, we figure we need like this much. And then they come to find out that like he's got a whole system in place to block. Like he's got internal plumbing and like all this other stuff. Like they had to do like a whole Ocean's 11 type heist, pretending Kenny was a Make-A-Wish kid to get into his house. And yeah.
Was that before or after Ted came out and they tried to get his sperm?
Oh.
I want to say before.
After?
Maybe after. It's possible.
But it's funny. One's trying to get his shit. One's trying to get his sperm.
Yeah, you know, South Park's, for me, just because I kind of grew up with them, I can't, unless it's like something that happened post-COVID, they all run together for me.
Yeah.
You know, it mainly takes me to see it, to see how old the animation is, to see how old the actual episode is. But in my mind, they all look exactly the same when I think about them.
Here's a question. How do they put the new poop in?
In the show?
No, like in real life.
Okay, well, in the show, they use a turkey baster.
Hell yeah. That makes sense.
In real life, I think they probably use some sort of colonoscopy type apparatus.
I have a new concept. Because it doesn't go up far. It doesn't have to go up super far. If you just freeze a log and then just...
Are we turning into the impractical jokers now?
I don't
Do we
know
need
if
like a screen? Is she going to show us how this works on you, Mike?
That's not Impractical Jokers. That's content. And this is not an audition couch.
Oh, it's the wrong color. Well, I thought that's why it was brown.
And
Well played.
right when I thought I was not going to become speechless, she got me to become a little speechless right there. Okay. That is interesting.
Just an idea. DIY at home fecal transplant. Somebody trademark that shit.
Shit dough. Shit dough.
Shit, though.
Is it a dildo? Shit dough.
A dill doo doo.
Dill doo doo.
Do you do the doo-doo?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's
But
gonna
today,
make for awkward occurrences at adult stores.
oh yeah,
I want the big black one.
it's gonna be a mold though. You got to make it at home.
You got a neon green one?
You could get add-ons with like ones with little like corns.
Peanuts.
They can do color dyes.
Neon turf.
What does your poop tell you? Remember your friends had those in the bathrooms at some point?
Yes.
Not my friends. Joe and I ran in different circles in high school.
I see.
We've been friends since grade school, but, you know, high school we drifted a little bit. You know, he did what he just said he did, and I didn't.
And he was consciously aware of what his poop was telling him.
Exactly.
Unlike some people.
I read the book while I was taking a poop.
There you go.
But
Everybody poops?
yes, exactly.
Okay, that's,
So before he jumps off, because I know we're about to, you can tell because I did all those interviews with him. He did all the speaking, but I sat there and recorded them all.
Right.
I think my phone was listening.
Oh, God.
So he's got a question for you because I got this wonderful sponsored ad to me today from Wasted. You know the Wasted site?
No.
It's kind of like a Puberty, but it's another version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got this wonderful ad of a new product that just launched today.
A douche?
Oh, it's more interesting than that.
you're getting close. You're not far off.
You want to guess?
Enema bulb.
No?
At-home colonoscopy.
No.
Or not colonoscopy. What's that? What's that shit they do?
Enema?
An enema,
But
that's
no.
right.
Coffee enema.
Is it for cleaning your butt?
No.
Oh.
Oh, and look who's right at the top of my screen, too.
Hey, it's me. Poop-infused sake is now being sold in Japan.
Yeah. I don't think I ever would have saw that if I wasn't sitting there for all those interviews where all those answers were.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
that is probably one of the biggest tells that it's still listening, even though they get their class action and
Oh,
sued
yeah.
for it.
Your
But,
algorithm for the next, like, week and a half is going to be straight turds.
oh, I bet.
Just turd content.
Oh, yeah. So would that be a hard boundary for you?
I'm going to say yes. Yeah, definitely.
Drinking
Especially
poop
also...
infused sake?
Yeah.
Here, let me
Yeah, I'm not
clarify.
drinking shit.
Here's the thing. Everybody's got a price.
Right.
I don't care who you are or what you say. Everybody has a price. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could consume poop-infused sake.
Oh,
However, twist my arm, I could definitely mail someone a turd. I don't think that's,
Well, I mean, people do it, sending turds to their doctors every day.
it's true.
Millions
I
of
think I
people
could do
do it.
that, but it would be a
There's
it
a
would be
whole
a
commercial
pretty penny.
there's a whole commercial about
and
it.
they're probably
with
going to pitch
King
that like the
Arthur
astronauts
and-
do it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how I pitch it. The astronauts do it, and it's healthy
There we go.
for their filtration system.
Really?
Do they?
Yeah, because remember,
They said they
Well, I
got a
guess,
new. they
is
got-
there like heavy probiotics in this bad boy
I
or
don't
what?
know.
You know what I mean?
I mean, so, all right. So you know that we had a rocket take off recently, right?
Mhm,
It went
mhm.
went around the moon, and it just came back Friday night. 12 hours into the mission, they realized that the toilet on board the ship was broken. They had to fix it
Oh.
like Apollo 13 style, with NASA, Houston.
Okay.
Where do we put the hose? Kind of
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right? The thing that kind of jumped out to me was they said that it was the first time that they put a conventional style toilet on one of these things. So I think before they had to like basically strap into like some sort of like sleeping bags type thing and like poop into a bag. Something like that.
I would
and
just poop into space. I don't understand why you wouldn't just do
and
that.
that's what I think was the problem with the toilet.
That's where we can
it was like an
harvest the
air-
frozen turds from.
like space.
the whole business plan is coming out
It
right
is,
now.
like-
it is.
Everybody's looking at these asteroids made of diamond and gold and whatnot. Like, dude, there's money to be made in space poop.
Yeah. I mean, don't forget back in the day, black
I mean,
gold.
especially in
Black gold was oil.
definitely in Japan.
Japan they have a lot of odd infused drinks. They've got like the snake sake and
I've done the snake sake, and I've done the scorpion.
How was the snake? The scorpion I can see. I'm okay, but thank you very much. The scorpion I can see because there's a hard exoskeleton.
Mhm.
The snake with the flesh,
I did get really drunk before I did it.
yeah.
It was just because you see it, and they had the whole snake in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. It's the idea of the taste. I don't drink, not because I'm like anti-alcohol. I just don't like the taste of alcohol. So already I'm going into it
Yeah.
not with positive.
So the sake would be off the table anyway then.
I mean,
Sake's wine.
but it's one
It's
of those
still alcohol.
things that I feel like isn't it supposed to get you like super fucked up or something?
The snake stuff?
Uh-huh.
It didn't. It was just, I was just told it was a gimmick.
Oh, okay. Well, but so it's one of those things where if I went to Japan, I would probably do it. Just
When in Rome.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
I mean, so last time I was in Mexico, I remembered seeing like rattlesnakes and tequila bottles
Yeah.
and things like that. Like because they even say like even the worm was sort of like not even like a real
Yeah.
judge of whether it was good or not. If
Right.
the worm sank or floated.
Yeah, no.
There was really no bearing on that. They found out like through actual testing.
Did you go to Hong Kong's?
No,
Oh.
I did not.
Why not? You were
Um,
still married at the time.
no, well, I did go with my ex. We went to like the Cancun side,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
and I think
You've been
Hong-
to Hong Kong.
She knows I have. You knew where I lived. You knew, like, it was a taxi ride for me.
Yeah.
Joe.
That was a weekend regular thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
still
a hail
popping.
a
Oh, really?
cab off the camp, off base.
Yep.
It's right there. Just walk across.
Yeah, we went down there. What was that, November? Maybe? Yeah, went down there and it was fun. Always a
Oh,
good
yeah?
time.
Did you meet a man of the cloth while you were there?
No.
I was about to say that was in the news.
Yeah.
There was
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
there was a California clergy member
Mm-hmm.
who was busted
Using church money.
church
for
money for
whores.
hookers
Fuck,
in
yes.
Tijuana. And I'm pretty sure he fled the country, didn't he?
I don't know, but I'd rather he do that than what the priests do around here.
Oh, there's a good question. Actually, here's a question for you guys.
No, you never touched me. Sorry, what?
What's your vibes on prostitution? Do you think it should be? Are you comfortable with it? Do you think if there's two consenting adults who want to exchange money for dates. Do you think that is something that should be acceptable or no? I'm not using the word legal intentionally, but
Right. Personally, I have no problem with it. If, again, when all parties are consenting, who cares what's going down, to be honest. I've never been with a prostitute. I've been propositioned a few times.
Even Friday.
Oh yeah. At the expo. But yeah, so I've been propositioned a few times. But for me, like, I'm not just trying to like get off,
okay.
like I would prefer if
You're
I'm
a connection person.
right,
Okay.
like something,
Yeah.
I just, looks alone isn't really going to do it for me
Right.
unless I'm already in some sort of like a vibe environment or something.
No, I think that you feel that there's the lack of potential for connection if the connection is only being made by money.
Right. So that's probably it too. Like transactional things,
Yeah.
especially I'm single, I'm on the apps. Anytime, and I'd say 2 or 3 out of every 5 matches ends up being something in some way, shape, or form, turning into something that
OnlyFans or that's something that they're trying to
OnlyFans,
sell.
Instagram looking for followers,
Right.
straight prostitutes. Then there's the ones that just try to get you to go to like Telegram, or you got ones that just want you to buy their content. That's
Right.
Then there's even the ones that are like, well, if I'm gonna go out with you, I need you to send me money so I can
Get a babysitter.
get a
whatever.
babysitter,
Yeah.
do my nails, do my hair, get a car, Uber to the
Right.
date, and I'm like, okay, I'm already turned off because I'm trying to get to know somebody first a little
Yeah.
bit, and that tells me a lot about you.
For clarity, any legit good sex workers are not down with the girlies who use the apps and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's pretty generally from very legit sex workers, whatever it is. There's proper advertising channels, and we know that. I won't lie. I used to advertise on Tinder when I first started, and it was great. But it's just guys who want to meet, and
Mhm.
that's really not the intention. So it made good money in the beginning.
Yep.
But for the most part, it's pretty looked down upon by genuine sex workers.
Yeah.
Because they know that's the long game. The
Right.
girlies who are in the game and they know what's up, they're like, here's my shit, this is my price, verify.
Right, and I've seen
set it
that.
up.
I've seen that before too. Joe and I will sometimes send each other profiles.
Oh yeah.
He's been banned on most dating sites, so it's really just Tinder that I can send. Otherwise, I got to take a screenshot.
Yeah.
But like it even happens to me on Hinge and on Bumble.
Yeah, and I still don't know why I'm banned. I got banned from all these apps when I wasn't using them, when they were all shut off.
Weird.
Yeah, he just tried to get back on, and I was like, nope.
I got banned, but that's because I was using it inappropriately.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I've also noticed is when it happens, they will usually, once the connection is made off app, they will unmatch you. And I've noticed that probably the reason is because once I find out it's transactional, I can't go back to the app and report the profile.
Gotcha.
It's already unmatched.
Interesting.
So there's no real recourse I can take without going down some, series of rabbit holes to try and get a hold of like somebody that works
Right.
at, a Tinder or something like that.
Plus, with the regularity that it is occurring, that would be a lot of your time for. Also, I have to say respectfully on the flip side, if you are someone who could be persuaded to send a large sum of money, I could see a girl being like, will you call me an Uber? I think that would be a relatively reasonable request for a date.
Right, not a bad request.
That's it. And you're sending
hair,
the Uber, you're not
right.
actually giving them money.
Right.
Yes. If you're someone who could be persuaded to send some sort of large sum of money to someone that you have never met ever, I do think you need to do some internal reviews
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know, it's different than buying content. You know, that's here is my money and I'm receiving something immediately.
Mhm.
That's an exchange. You're good to go.
Sure.
Just Cash Apping or Venmoing or Zelling or Apple Pay, whatever. Just PayPal, I'm sure, is where they most commonly want it. Outside of that,
Mm-hmm.
very small order me an Uber. I can't justify people who fall for that.
Yeah.
That's a personal problem.
Right. So I will say, when I got back into the dating game after my divorce, it took me a while to kind of figure out how much things had changed
Oh,
in a
yeah, I
short
bet.
few years. So that's kind of what I thought I was kind of doing. Was,
Yeah.
This is like, okay, I guess this is how it goes now. I gotta buy you an Uber. I gotta do this.
Yeah.
But then those girls would not show up.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that got me was, it wasn't like an expensive Uber or an expensive big ask,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's why it flew under the radar. It was like, hey, can you send me $15 for an Uber, or,
Yeah.
something like that. And because it's $10-15, something like that, I'm not even really
Oh, so
necessarily-
I don't mean send $15. What I mean is
Yeah.
literally order an Uber to
Right, no,
their
no, no.
location.
Right.
That, I think. Also, people who are doing that, if you were the one being called an Uber for, don't use your home address. Go like around the corner or something.
Yeah, good tip.
Oh, great.
Good tip, because then it's actually in the person's phone. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Safety.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I was still just trying to get my sea legs back.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I can see that.
And
yeah.
I'm just trying to like get out there.
Mhm.
Right. So that was kind of happening for a while, and it's still sort of, I mean, it doesn't happen now, but it's still like a lot of, now I'm better at cutting to is this transactional without
Right.
being disrespectful for
Yeah.
somebody who may not be. Because what Joe and I have noticed is, for girls on today, like as far as dating goes, guys are almost like ordering a pizza. You can customize it,
Yeah.
and as soon as the guy doesn't fit the profile that you've built that you said you want, you just unmatch, or you ghost, or whatever, you block all
Yeah.
those things. So that's happened to me significantly more in the last like year and a half than it has ever happened before. So many people before were even like, hey, I had a good time, but I don't think, we were a fit. Cool. Great. No big deal.
Did you get any of those, babe?
Any of what?
Any of anyone trying to get money?
No.
Interesting.
So don't look the part though.
That's, yeah.
They prey on a lot of guys that look like they would be desperate for dates. Not saying you are,
No, I was.
but
I was trying to rebound.
that is what they prey on a lot.
Right.
But, I'm tattooed for I don't really fit that demographic of people
Mhm.
they think would fall into that category. So I never really got that.
All right, so I need ink. I don't have any.
There you go.
I've been telling
And that's why I
I
look.
got a guy for you.
Anyone got a gun? We can give him his first right now.
Oh, I got a whole bunch of them tomorrow.
We just have to just mail it. That's totally legal. And
I
a
think
turd.
that's in bounds. That's in bounds. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I never sent like a large sum, like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, this is for content or whatever. But I did have lots of matches that ended up being in foreign countries,
Oh, yeah.
and did just want to
Well, yeah, because your
sell me
$15 are fucking...
right, and did
A
just
lot
want to
there.
send me
Yeah.
content through WhatsApp or Telegram or
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Instagram.
they were stunning women.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But-
And the guy looked like you sending it.
Right, but here's the difference. You may not know it to look at me, but even my ex was like a former Venezuelan like beauty pageant contestant. Like I don't really look at, but I've got game.
Right.
I can talk. I can. I'm creative. I know how to shoot the shit. I've got pretty cool experience. Like I grew up in a Latino ghetto in Chicago, but went to schools with super white kids like this, which he is. I mean, look, we're next to UIC right now. I I grew up running around not far from my house is a Puerto Rican flag that goes from one side of the street to the other, all twisted colored metal. I had friends in high school who were like, hey, my parents told me if I saw that, I had to turn around. I'm like, you're fine. Just tell them where you're going. Tell them you're going to the gringo's house. So it was kind of like I had like two sort of educations, and like, I know how to act, but I also don't get scared walking through a bad neighborhood. Or when I moved to New York, people couldn't tell I was a tourist or I was a fish out of water, because when I came out of the subway, I'm not looking up and around for where am I.
Right.
I'm doing it side-eyed, and I come out of the tunnel and I just start walking.
Yeah.
I'll walk a block before I know I'm going the wrong fucking direction, before I stop, before I'm looking down at my phone. There was an ad that they ran on the Chicago subways years ago, and it always stuck out to me, and I'll always forget it. Never forget it. It was somebody sitting on a train with headphones on or earbuds in, and because they had both in, it showed a bullseye around the person and like a nefarious character or something in the background. So and then there was like a little message: don't completely block off your perception of what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Wear one earbud so you can tell if somebody is talking shit down the car or whatever. Because you do look like a target. I can come running up behind you and you'll never know I was coming.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of that. But then, this guy didn't really have to deal with that. He went to the Marines, and that's how he learned how to like identify, good person, bad person kind of a thing,
Well, I was a late bloomer. I grew up, my parents are very well-to-do.
Mm-hmm.
I always lived in gated communities on golf courses and stuff. So I really didn't start to learn street smarts and like identifying behaviors in people until I got into this industry and started going to events like this and stuff.
So that kind of leads me into one of the other questions I kind of had here is, what's something about being in an industry that has kind of really, I guess, opened your eyes about humanity, society in general, like something that's kind of popped out to you? Let me find a real question, but yeah, think about that.
I think it's interesting to, I don't want to say that people are less unique than you would think, but I will say that there is not a single type of person that I don't have pinned. I know within maybe a 2-minute conversation exactly what type of person someone is going to be without fail every single time.
Yeah.
So seeing that is interesting. It makes you, where people will post on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and they'll be like, they'll post something that you would think is a pretty niche opinion, and then people will comment on it and they'll be like, I've never had a unique experience in my life or whatever. That's true. There's really as different in walks of life as there is for everyone based on when you were born, where you grew up, trauma that happens.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of boxes that each type of person could fit into, and learning those different types of people is very interesting. Watching that knowledge transfer from the sex work side of things to just casual, I say vanilla life is interesting, because you start to, and in a way I will also say that I do view men in a different way. For sure. Not so much in a negative fashion.
No, it can be negative. We talked to Chloe Temple about some of this
We
stuff.
talked to a lot of them about it.
No, it can be negative, but I'm a pretty open-minded person. So I'm always trying to focus on the positives. There's certain types of people that there is no positives, but that's few and far between.
Or the positives are creepy.
Or the positives are creepy.
Serial killer guy.
Yeah.
Listen, it could be very innocent, and that's what I'm hoping, okay?
Not all heroes wear cape. Not all heroes wear
does-
capes.
No.
It does.
Some don't even wear a bra.
It does.
Some wear
make
pasties at
you-
Exotica.
Yeah, it does kind of skew my vision in a way that I say not negative because it makes me more aware,
Mhm.
right? So I can pick up on small little things, even just in casual conversation. You can tell when someone's controlling. You can tell when somebody is. There's just certain little things that'll pop out, and it skews the idea of man for me as a whole because respectfully, the most simple creatures at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Men are the most
Yes.
simple creatures at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Truly.
we
No
are.
matter what is going on in
We're
life.
not complicated.
No matter what is going on in life, it's very easy to figure a man out and know how to work around it.
So what was your read on Mike?
Very relaxing. Vaguely, I don't want to say controlling because I feel like controlling sounds bad, but more of a take charge person.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'm a bit of a natural leader.
A leader, okay, yes,
You know?
a leader. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I don't mind taking orders here and there, but when I will make a decision and I'll fucking live with it.
Yeah.
I'll support it and I'll live with it.
Obviously open-minded. I mean, when you're at one of those types of events, that's kind of everyone there. Vaguely shy in some regards. I think you're a little closed off in some ways. Sexually, you're giving some classic missionary.
I mean, mix it up.
No, yeah. But I think you like the
I'm
lights
not a
on.
one-move guy.
You like the lights on, seeing the face, seeing
Lights
the,
dim.
Okay.
I like to see. I do like visuals.
Okay.
You're not proving it wrong here, but
I'm not looking for studio lighting, but dim, dark lighting to where we can still kind of see what's going on. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't need pitch blackness.
Yeah.
I tend to not close my eyes
Okay.
because I want I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Why did I close my eyes? Am I gonna think about something else?
But you're down with the more sensual vibes.
Sort of. I mean, sensual has so many levels to it, I guess.
That's fair.
you're just agreeing with her by saying that.
Right, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, look, she definitely picked up on a little bit of shyness, like this whole...
She pegs you right on.
I wouldn't go there.
I can. I do that too.
I just puckered
I was
up a
hoping
little
you
bit in a not good way, so we're going to lead with that and not go down that alley or my alley.
You give more freak vibes. Not necessarily like deep kink, just you give more freaky vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no disagreeing with that.
Yeah, he definitely gives off Dom
I don't know about Dom.
Daddy.
I don't know about full Dom. I don't know about that. I could see dominant leaning, but also cool with like a lady that takes control every once in a while.
And Joe doesn't like to give up control.
No? Are you more the control freak?
Yeah.
Interesting. And in the bedroom.
I wouldn't know personally.
But he's the personable one.
I'm also reading.
But you're not like switchy at all?
No.
You don't like
Nope.
an interesting.
Whereas I do.
I read that one wrong?
Yeah, I do. I like,
he's social.
take some initiative. I like, the attention of you taking some initiative here and there.
Yeah.
I want to feel wanted as much as you do.
Right.
But for me, sex isn't something I'm trying to it's not like a race or something to get done.
Right. Yeah.
You're here for it, no matter how long it lasts, if it's a quickie or if it's a, marathon session.
Yeah.
Taking breaks in between, refilling drinks, going to the bathroom, all right, let's
Yeah.
get back into it.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
I hate that.
I'm sitting there wait, so what? If you were me, you'd be patching the holes in the walls?
No. I'm saying it's so we, you go for half hour or so and it's all right. I like my partner to be really pleased and happy
You know, you could do the drugs off their back. You don't have to stop to do them.
Really.
Yeah.
But,
Here's my.
but
I'm
sweat.
not a marathon. I don't need a marathon by any means. I'm cool with a 30 minutes is a long time to me. That's a long time.
So I would say, 30 was probably about my average.
Okay.
Just because, I'm not saying, I'm the entire from first base to home.
Yeah.
Average, I say, could be about a half hour.
Okay.
With some, foreplay and some of that going on too. Absolutely.
So now she's recalculating the math because she thought you had penetration for 30 for there.
I don't have the stamina for 30 minutes of straight reps.
She was gonna call somebody and see if they get you a test.
Be like, hey, I think I know somebody who wants to audition you. No, but I really enjoy it.
Okay.
And I'm not looking for it to necessarily end right away.
Right.
But, so there was this movie I saw when I was younger called Outside Providence, right? And it's just this fun kind of period movie about like maybe the 60s, 70s sort of era.
Okay.
But the old man is giving his son advice about like, women and stuff. And he's like, hey, remember, it's like Chinese dinner. It ain't over till you both get your cookie. Right? So like, I kind of sort of prided myself on being, I don't know if I'm saying
a
good.
good lover.
Yeah, not necessarily good because I don't know. I really don't know.
But you're sure trying.
The little engine that could.
The what do you call it? The care is there.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, let's, but I'm there for it just as much as they are. I don't want to put a bad mark on my gender, by being stereotypically like, all right, yeah, 2 pump jump and done. Beat ya. There's the door. I don't necessarily do hookup culture unless I were to like hit it off with somebody and then we hooked up.
I have a hot take on 2 pump jumps.
Okay.
There's a stipulation though. If you can relatively quickly recover for another round, I think it's one of the best compliments you could ever receive.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best compliments ever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so hot.
Right. No, and that. Right. Look, and that too.
That's
right.
a little ego boost right there.
And that's something that I've thought about too, but from the guy's perspective, you're just being nice.
I get it. I will consistently say that in terms of filming content with if you have a man and a woman, they're filming something together, it is way harder for men than it is for women.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have to constantly, you got to stay hard.
Right.
You got to pay attention to the angles, the lighting, you got to pay attention. Is your hand blocking something specific? All of that while staying hard and hopefully also focusing on getting to the point of coming.
Right. But not before you're told to.
Correct. And that's, on and off camera, I feel like men carry that pressure of like trying to focus. Whereas women, it's like we can either fake it if we want it to be done, or we can, enjoy the ride and actually get there. You got options.
Sure.
And none the wiser. Men do have it more difficult in that regard, I will say.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, and I can kind of attest to that a little bit if anybody has ever tried to send a dick pic.
Yeah.
Like when it's requested, right? It's like, all right, I gotta get hard, but maybe I need my phone to look something up to like be, or to like, let me see the picture that you sent or whatever.
Yeah.
But now I gotta keep it or maintain while I'm now, okay, how's the lighting? How's the angle? How's this? So it's like a sort of like a microcosm of what you just said. Because it's like, you're not even, I'm, not even an amateur or professional, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, hey, yeah, she asked, which doesn't happen often. Girls don't usually ask for that stuff. They ask for pictures, they ask for racy ones, but they're rarely asking just for dick. They want to see more
I
like
think
half
that
body, full body.
just a random person's dick pic.
It reminds me of that meme with the fucking mole.
No, because there's some nice looking dicks.
You know what I'm talking about?
There's some nice looking dicks. There's also some not nice looking dicks.
Right, no, but unsolicited.
Oh yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
unsolicited.
Like-
Yeah, no, unsolicited. No, for sure. But if requested, what I'm saying is, I don't think I would. If I was trying to, not in my current line of work, right? I'm trying to like connect with somebody. I
Mhm.
don't think I would. But I don't know. I might just out of curiosity to be like, all right, what are we working with here before I get any further?
But in this line of work, it's like part of the resume.
Well, right. Well, it's also interesting because it's a very sexually built, right? You come onto OnlyFans, you're there to see porn. They're like, there's other content. No, you're going there for porn.
Right.
And so it's a generally horny environment. I'm always curious. And this is the thing. I'm curious about dicks I don't even necessarily want to see. I will be walking on the road and see like an 80-year-old man. And I'll be like, damn, what you think that pipe is looking like on that old man right now? Like, I'm just naturally curious.
Right.
Sure.
So generally speaking, I do ask out of curiosity in a sexually based environment, right? I'm not in this line of work and on the dating apps trying to make a genuine connection. But honestly, I might still ask at that point just to know what I'm getting myself into.
So you'd be the outlier, I would assume, because for me, as a guy on the dating apps, I'm gonna assume now that I've been, out there for a little bit again
Right.
and learned, you would fall into that transactional thought right away, where it's like, oh,
Well, but I'm trying to separate myself. Like, if I never did this line of work,
I was viewing
right?
her as she was trying not to waste her
right, no,
time.
and I'm saying if she's not in the line of work,
She was being efficient.
Yeah.
right, that's what right, and I would say majority of guys would, be down with that. But now for me, with the amount of fake catfish, scammers, arrangement seekers that I've come across in this round, something like that would immediately make me think, okay, she's gonna send me a link.
Oh, got you. I
She's
see
gonna
what you're
say
saying.
she's gonna send a menu price. She's gonna do.
To be fair, I don't think I would ask that until I went on a date with them to see how it went. Because the
Okay.
personality would definitely be more important.
Right.
But
okay.
Then if it goes well, I'm gonna be at home like,
Right. No, but you've already had that
wonder.
initial. You've had that initial
Yes.
thing. You've
yeah.
already gotten through the small talk.
Right.
And you're like, okay, look, there might be something here. Now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I took it as you were kind of talking to somebody
No,
on the apps,
no,
and
No.
within the first few minutes of talking, and I'm like, yo,
no,
what kind of gear you working with?
Well, also, I'll say I'm not horrendously picky when it comes to wieners.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's a pretty broad range of acceptable penis.
You are so lucky you're going to be out of town by the time we publish this. You just probably made this whole neighborhood happy.
Well, I'm really not, because I will say,
I don't live in this neighborhood.
I know.
first of all, the pussy only so deep. It's only so deep. And when you think about dick that you'd like to have on the regular, I'm not trying to have my cervix bashed in all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to walk out feeling like I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't want no micro wean. So it's like,
Eeny, weeny, teeny.
yeah. It would have to be, yeah. No, it would have to, I would say like a nice 7. But I will say the worst type of penis, in my opinion, is a long and skinny penis. That is the worst type of penis, I have to say.
Pencil dick.
Pencil dick, yes.
Pencil dick.
The stabber.
Did you see that TMZ video that just came out with the guy trying to get the Guinness World Records for the smallest dick?
No.
No, I remember seeing.
I sent it, but it's a Facebook and you can't do it. But
Right.
he's fully erect, 0.38.
Whoa.
He's like, it's the size of my thumbnail.
I just want to interject. She has a picture of one that's smaller than that.
A video.
Right now, she can show you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's up to Mike. What floats your boat, buddy?
We can't show it on the camera for sure.
No.
No,
for sure
No,
not.
we don't have to.
Right.
We
It's
can,
like
we
someone
can
we
do that
know.
later, and then
Yeah.
we can tell everybody else about it
Yes.
later.
It's someone we know in real life.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
for clarity, we have permission.
Wow.
So
You
you
should
have
tell
your very
this
own
guy-
Bucky Larson.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
you should tell this guy to call Guinness.
Check this out. He can also suck, okay, and he couldn't do this before he was that an ATV accident or something?
He lost a couple of ribs.
Oh, hardly. Afterward, he was able to flex, and he can suck up one testicle at a time into his ball sack. So he's got this tiny little dick just perched on top of pretty sizable balls, or at least it looks that way in comparison to the dick. And he can just...
I'm picturing those TikTok videos where they're flexing the
Yes,
the
but with his
chest.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fascinating.
I did
After
not
a
know
car
the muscles
accident.
worked that way.
Yeah. Neither did
Yeah.
I.
They're just sitting there trying to slurp their balls up right now.
Not me. No, I'm just.
I'm trying to Yes,
Yeah.
No, I don't even know what muscle you'd squeeze for that.
I would think it's like kegling, is what I would think. I'm kegling right now.
Oh.
So is Mike.
Every time someone says that, I picture that movie, One-Eyed Monster. Did you see that?
No, but it makes sense.
It's a horrible C-level, D-level horror movie with
I love
Ron
that.
Jeremy.
That's my shit.
Where he's in Canada filming a porno movie, and an alien takes over his cock and rips off, and
Fuck
he's idle
yeah.
hands with his dick. And the only way to stop him
yeah.
was the only girl that could kegel him.
Oh my god! So I did a custom video when I first started. This guy wanted me to pretend to get possessed by an alien, and it was one of the cringiest videos I've ever made for sure. I'm great at just freestyling, and let me clarify: none of my content is
Scripted.
I just fucking freestyle and just
Right.
be myself because
Right.
that's what's easiest for me. If you ask me to I'll get guys who ask for customs with whole ass scripts, and I'm like, look, I can do it. I'm gonna charge you way more.
Right.
But I promise you, if you just give me a few key phrases, I'll make sure they're in there. But if you give me a script, it's going to sound like I'm reading off a script, which I personally don't like.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had me act like I was getting abducted by an alien. Well, it was an alien dildo. So the alien dildo flew into me while I was on the toilet. And then I had to become possessed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to masturbate afterward, obviously, because there was this phrase, this was years ago, this phrase he kept wanting me to say, we are one, or some shit.
Some hive mind shit.
Yeah. And I my
Star-
purpose was
Stargate?
to pleasure. Yeah, it was very interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to watch that though. I love shitty horror movies.
Me too.
I love great ones also,
Yep.
but shitty ones. Velocipaster has
I
a
saw-
special place in my heart.
Zombievers.
I haven't seen Zombies. What was that Thanksgiving one? There was a.
Oh, the Slayer.
Is it,
Thanks to the Slay. Where they cooked the person, and he was the
No.
French turkey on the.
Frankenhooker.
Oh, Frankenhooker. I remember that
No,
one.
not that one. That's
We watched that one together.
Yeah.
God damn it. What was that? I don't remember. But basically, there was a killer turkey.
Oh,
Oh, Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Thanks, killing. That sounds fun.
I did all
That
the gingerbread and the bong ones
Hell
too.
yeah. Yep.
I kind of wanted to explore. We were looking at Peacock, and they've got on their streaming, their horror streaming. They've got a bunch of childhood fairy tale people
Oh,
horror movies. So there's Winnie the Pooh horror.
fuck
There's
yeah.
Three Little Pigs horror.
I watched all the Popeye ones.
You're fucking yes.
Do
so it's
Shudder.
okay.
Shudder has all sorts of shit ass movies.
No,
and some good ones.
No,
but-
I know that, but
Sorry, Shudder.
but that's just no. But it's there isn't. I don't really think you really see the sci-fi channel, Sharknado type.
Yeah, I grew
like-
up watching that.
Right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like,
Lake Placid.
I couldn't tell you the last.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was a theater one
Yeah.
though. Lake Placid 2. That might have been a.
Yeah.
What was,
straight
was that
to
the one with the
DVD.
old lady and she, the alligator's her pet?
Right,
That-
no, that
or
was Lake
crocodile.
Placid.
That was
was
one?
that was
But
the
they
last
had,
scene of Lake Placid.
That had
Okay.
big actors in it. Is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
That was campy,
That's true.
but it was lots of CGI, lots
yeah,
of good
and there was
acting.
Anaconda on there and everything. So yeah,
Right.
it was
Deep Blue
the
Sea.
more
Right,
Deep Blue Sea was great. Yeah.
But you go to Deep Blue Sea 3.
Did you see my Mars Attacks tattoo on my leg?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, I have a big ass Mars Attacks. I'm gonna do a Little Shop of Horrors one.
Oh, that's
Nice.
very cool.
Yeah.
I love Mars Attacks. That was a classic.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie. We've
Wait.
rewatched it many, many times.
I met somebody named Seymour recently, and I was like, "Oh, suddenly Seymour." And I'm like, "You know what that means?" And they're like, "No."
Feed
Like,
me,
yeah.
Seymour.
Feed me.
voice.
Suddenly Seymour.
That was great.
Yeah.
Steve Martin as the dentist.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was hot. I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid in that scene, that did something for me, which
I mean, I can
speaks
kind
a
of
lot
see it.
too.
It looks like it spoke to you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's like this, like, you know, like greaser dentist.
Yeah.
You know, like
He made me think of what would happen if Johnny Depp and Crybaby actually like graduated and did something.
Okay, there you go. I can see that. Yeah, I was into the bad boys from a young age. But not really, because then I have some weird. I also thought Bill Nye the Science Guy was a hottie, so
Yeah.
Bill
Oh.
Nye could still get it.
You know.
Is that you gonna put an offer out for that one?
Yeah.
You hear that, Bill? BN.
I heard he drops raps now. I mean,
There we go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hamilton did so well with rapping about history, so he
Yep.
figured I
I'll
can
give
rap
him-
about science.
I'll give him something to rap about.
She got something she can wrap around him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Will you be able to zoom
I'm sorry.
on this? Will you be able to zoom?
Zoom in.
Mhm.
yeah.
Probably.
I
Yeah.
can do the tongue.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we can get a close up later,
No.
and that is something that when you
Connect with us.
when
on
you
Instagram.
followed us on IG,
Yeah.
right? And we, you know, obviously we
Oh,
went
did
through
you
your-
not see it
No.
when I was
Did not-
talking?
We did not see it
Oh,
at the
yeah.
show. And then I got like, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 pictures in, and I saw
You're
it.
like,
I was
what
like,
the fuck?
that wasn't like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, I did not see the snake tongue when we were at the show. And he's
Yeah.
like,
We would have
"Neither
had a
did I."
conversation about it at the show.
Well, it seemed like since I'm probably unlike everyone else in this regard. Since you were only asking one question, I figured you guys were in a rush, so I was like, all right.
Right, no, and we were more caring about your time.
Right.
Oh yeah, which I appreciate. I'm the opposite. I'm also the same way, I guess. So
Right.
I was just going with the flow.
No,
yeah.
these guys they're here working. They're
Yeah.
trying to get in and get out. There's a lot of vendors. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess thanks for the respect. that
Yeah, we appreciate it. I
we
mean,
really didn't need or usually get. So thank
Oh
you.
yeah. Yeah, the snake tongue. That is always a hot topic.
I will say I've seen one video that I remember.
A liquid IV. Or in the side.
I remember there was one video that I saw that had it. That a girl had the split tongue, and I didn't think going into the video that I was going to be down with it,
Yeah.
but I was. It was really cool.
Well, here's what I'll say. It is. Also, I feel like, so I'll get some people who, sorry, I'm addicted to liquid IV.
no worries.
I'll get some people who love it. I get some people who hate it. However, I will say, when men see it, sometimes their initial reaction is like, ugh. But then you'll see them doing the math in their head,
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
Nah,
Whereas
That's the
women
first
do
thing we
not.
did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whereas women do not, which is funny because I'm like, trust me, baby, it's great for you too.
Yeah, I would assume. I would think that that's why they don't, because they got it immediately.
Yeah, maybe. But it is no. I've had other women who were like, I had a friend who was like, I bet that thing feels amazing. I'm like, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I learned. A good friend of mine
With a split tongue,
with a split tongue munched the cooter, and I was like, well,
that's definitely for me.
why have one tongue when you can have two?
All right, so I mean, you've you've got that alteration. I can
Yeah.
see you've got the ring through the top of your nose. What's that called?
Bridge piercing.
A bridge piercing. You've got couple of regular noses.
Mhm.
How many other piercings are we talking about here?
I have my ears. I have one industrial, obviously all the ones on my face, and then just my nipples and my VCH or my clitoral hood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically everything.
Yeah. I used to have a lot more piercings. I had a bunch of dermals. So I had like the one by my eye. I had one on my chest, one under my belly button. I used to have my belly button pierced. I had 2 dermals on my back. I had my tongue pierced, but
Yeah,
It doesn't work really well.
yeah, you can get both sides pierced, but I feel like that's too much.
It might be a little dangerous for the teeth.
Yeah.
Well, I just feel like it's a lot going on in your
Right.
mouth.
Yeah. Maybe if they were silicone or, you know,
Yeah.
like something that wouldn't break a tooth if they.
Well, it's also dangerous because the veins, like underneath the veins,
Mm-hmm.
you can't pierce through those.
Oh.
So
That makes sense.
placement has to be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, and usually most people are like doing the tip, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you cut yours.
Correct.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I had a lot. I had my eyebrow at one point, a lip. I had a lot more piercings.
What do you think about the figure skater who had her? It was like her gum.
The
US figure
smiley
skate.
piercing. It's right
It was
under
like
here.
right here, right?
Yeah. So I have never personally liked the look of them.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like if there's a piercing that can fuck up your teeth, it's got to be that. Oh yeah, I have my lip pierced too.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I
one
literally
time.
forgot. I'm like, it could fuck up your teeth, but this one has a flat back and it's
And it goes out.
higher. Yeah, it's
Right.
higher on my lip. I've never understood that specific piercing, but to each their own, girly.
I
Rocket.
never
I just
even-
think it's a bad idea because if you get
Yeah.
also, wow, that would hurt so bad if you got hit.
That's
Right
exactly
here.
where I was when you said it. Like,
Yeah,
you're going to blow out your 2 front teeth
yeah,
if you get punched once.
yeah.
So you got to be either super nice or really good.
Yeah.
Right.
Or, but even, I don't know, a fall.
But
I
you're
mean,
a figure
something.
skater.
Yeah,
you
that's.
know, you fall on ice. That
Yeah.
happens.
I would at least take it out during things like that. But I think if something's going to fuck up your teeth, that's definitely going to be it. I know tongue rings can fuck up your teeth. I never personally experienced that.
Right, and that's why I was like, well, if you were to pierce both sides of the split,
Yeah.
that's why you wouldn't want to go
Yeah,
with
it'd be
something
so
like,
much.
you know, like
You want to know something ironic though?
what happened.
We have a kid. We have kids. So
Okay. Is that ironic?
No, this
Oh.
part is though.
Okay.
When I got pregnant, I took out a lot of my piercings because I didn't want to look trashy. And then fast forward,
You didn't want to
12
look
years
trashy.
later.
You didn't want to look trashy when you gave birth?
Yeah, like when I
Like-
was pregnant. But
Oh,
this-
just during the entire pregnancy.
yeah, I didn't want to look
Mhm.
like a trashy mom. And then ironically, 12 years later, I'm 4 years into doing porn. And I just think that's kind of ironic and funny because I altered my appearance so much at the time to try to
Hide it from a doctor.
not be a 19 or 20-year-old mother.
So, I mean, that kind of leads me into another question now, which I didn't have any on my card about this, but how does your career affect, or how do you think it could affect your kid, boy, girl,
We
growing up?
a boy and a girl. So the kids know, an age appropriate level of information.
Okay.
As
I don't know what that would entail.
not directly porn. Modeling.
Mommy's
yeah.
a model.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty simple, They know we do podcast stuff. They know, I'll do photo shoots.
Mm-hmm. Because you're a model.
Yeah, because we
Right.
have to explain the traveling
Right.
some way, right?
Yeah.
Does it affect parents of friends
So
of the kids?
that was my main concern when getting into this. Is not
Mhm.
my family, not whatever. It was how could it affect the kids' friendships
Mm-hmm.
that I was concerned about. But ultimately, everybody has been so cool and accepting. Most of the moms will be like, if I had the balls, I'd do it too,
Mm-hmm. Most cool girls that I've talked to, because it's one of the things that, like, oh, I need money. Well, why don't you just start an OnlyFans? What do you need me for?
Yeah.
And like, so that's kind of like, kind of one of my, like, my clapbacks for that. But I do remember going out with this girl who I dated like a little bit, like right when the divorce started, and she was super cool. And I remember telling her that, and she's like, fuck, if I only could. She's like, I would. She already, because she had, like 3,000 followers just from her being cute and taking pictures
Yeah.
and posting them. And I was like, it was like the first and first time I ever tried like sliding into someone's DMs.
Yeah.
You know, like I had seen her on the dating site, so I knew she was local.
Right.
But then like I sent like a flirty kind of a thing, and she like reacted. I was like, no shit. I was like, whoa. You know, I mean, probably more fails than successes at this point. But you know, cheetahs are the same way.
You
Yeah.
saw me, I had those sea level people
Well,
talking to me for a while.
ultimately for the kids, from the kids' perspective, so obviously there's been no problems with that. And from the kids' perspective, you know, we have way more free time. We have more money. We do more cool shit. We, you know, it's
You can
they're
go
like,
to every
sweet.
school event.
Right.
Yeah, for years I was volunteering in our daughter's class.
Mm-hmm.
I think generationally changed it too.
Oh,
That too.
yeah.
Plus,
it's
I mean,
way
Southern
more
California,
accepted.
you know, like
Yeah.
like body alterations,
Yep.
ink, rings.
Yeah.
It's very, very common.
Yeah.
You know,
If it was our age, I mean, Mike would have been bringing in your pictures.
Well, this is the thing. So I'm
Mike,
Yeah, you would have brought him in to show the kid.
me,
Yeah.
to show her kid, her kid, like
If
my
he was
friend.
in the same class.
So if like your mom was an OnlyFans
Yeah,
model,
you would have been
you
like
think I was the guy who would
Oh,
bring
100%
your
you would.
mom's pictures in the
100%.
school?
he thinks you're a terrible
You,
person.
you notice how he's not. You notice how he's not denying it.
He said, "Tell your mom to do more anal."
So one of my favorite clapbacks when I was a kid, you know, because like I said, I was, you know, a white kid in
Really,
a
I
not
didn't know.
white sea for a while.
I thought you were black.
Well, I mean, you know, camera's kind of far away. But one of my clapbacks was as a kid. I was tell your mom to stop wearing different color lipstick. My dick's starting to look like a rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one
Yeah.
of my favorites to say to somebody.
Well, yeah. So it really has been one of those things that it's been all in all. Everyone's been super cool. The part I was worried about was I already look way different than a lot of the moms.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And most of them are in their early 40s, whereas I'm in my early 30s. I'm 33.
Okay.
So there already is like an age difference
Right,
there.
you're like, oh well, she's the lower half of our generation, basically.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So I
'Cause
was.
I thought you were in your 20s, and I did the math when you said the kid. And the time, if you saw me over here, I was like, okay, I was off on the age.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. Most people think I'm
He's
in
our
like,
numbers guy.
Yeah, most people think I'm in my late 20s, which thank you. I never go in the sun. I'm pale as shit, and I have a 12-step nighttime skincare routine.
12 steps?
Not really.
I have
it's
one,
really only
Irish
like
Spring.
4. I know, men. You guys piss me off. I swear to God.
Men have skin too.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I
but
just
you don't
rarely-
have to
I
care
have the
for it
lotion,
For
I
whatever
just-
reason.
I only have to buy one bottle a year because I only put it on usually just in the winter when my skin dries the fuck up, and it's just like fingernails, cuticles, my ashy
and I
elbows.
literally crack at my fingers because I don't use lotion.
Okay, well, you should.
Right? No, I'm just saying. Like I don't need a
Yeah.
lot. Like I buy like one bottle of lotion a year.
Oh my God.
Um,
I will lay in bed and just my feet feel dry, and I'm like, I cannot fucking go to sleep, and I'll slather just an ungodly amount of lotion on my
And you'll
feet.
make a lot of money while
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah.
I
I'll
made
record it.
I recently made the mistake of when I was taking off my sock, touching the bottom of my foot, and I was like, "Oh my God, is that dry?"
Yeah.
I do
So-
scrape my feet. I have a foot scraper. I do.
Oh, you
do
got
that.
one of them cheese graters?
Yes, I do.
Hell yeah.
I don't do lotion, but I do a cheese grater.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
so like when I
Well-
got a like legit massage, and she was like, "Oh, do you want like your feet?" I was
A
like,
happy
"Don't." I was
ending?
like, "Don't wash it off my feet. Just leave it." When she's like doing the oil,
Yeah.
and then she's like wiping the oil off later. I was like, no, leave it on my feet. It's like my feet are really dry. She's like, yeah, they are. She's like, want me to put something else on for you? I was like, yeah. She's like, you got socks? I'm like, yeah. Like she was like,
Yeah.
she's like, all right, I got the perfect thing. And it literally, by the time I got home and like took my shoes and socks off again and like was like, all right, let's see how it worked. Like it still felt pretty like hard.
These bad boys.
Oh my God.
See, I can't
It's
even
like-
touch feet.
But
He's
also-
over, like I'm like.
But also like those are also like experienced feet though. Like
Man, now we gotta charge our followers.
oh fuck.
It was free toes.
All right,
free
so
toes.
you know,
I was gonna make a joke about the fact that you're not wearing shoes, but I like how you have it tucked behind the couch. You don't give a free show.
Oh, I don't give a shit. It's just some white. They're white too. I gotta show.
it was just a tip.
Oh,
white
of my
toes.
finger.
Okay.
White toes for the hose. That's
Oh.
the rules.
Oh, I thought it was hoop earrings.
No, the bigger the O, the bigger the hoe.
Right. And hoops,
Yeah.
I thought.
For whatever reason, the feet guys fucking love white toenail polish.
Huh.
So like 90% of the time, mine are white.
I don't think I even have a friend that's in it feet.
I don't think we would really know, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Ew, I'll tell you.
But
You do know.
I'll tell you, giving a foot job is probably one of the hardest things in the world.
Yeah, what are you, a
Physically doing
fucking
stuff.
chimpanzee?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really complicated.
The fuck?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
There's no
something
thumb.
else. Well, and not only that, then you're just like logistically, you're sitting
Yeah,
there with
it's
like
like-
your feet pressed together, like
You're like a double amputee.
rocking
Like,
back and forth. It's
You know, like-
just logistical nightmare.
you're like the worst player on my high school rugby team. We call them dicks.
Oh,
Because it
it's
was like
so
two
bad.
flaccid dicks. The guy couldn't catch a ball.
I can't even begin
Yeah.
to tell you. Like, I'll do it. Don't get me wrong, but like, a bitch needs like a break on the abs after that. It's rough.
Yeah, I bet.
It's rough out here giving foot jobs.
You know, you go through about a case of bananas for the
Dude,
potassium it takes to all those stretches.
for real.
Yeah, you know, not.
The cramps.
I imagine I had a cramp in my foot once in my life. I can still remember it. It
Yeah.
like it got me. I mean, I've had cramps in like calves and stuff like that.
You never
but
had a foot cramp during sex?
no, I've had a calf though.
Man, sometimes I'll like come so hard, my foot just, and then it's like, mid orgasm.
Yeah, no, they don't
I
happen.
got a Charlie horse my thigh once.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
It like
terrible.
threw me.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, no, I
horrendous.
just kind of fell off to the side. I was like, what's wrong? What can I do? I was like, nothing.
I'm
It's
having a
just, I was like,
stroke.
I'm having like my leg is spasming. Like I'm just like curling. I'm like slowly curling up, and I'm trying not to look like a giant fucking pussy as I like this.
Yeah.
You know, this
Yeah.
excruciating pain in my calf is just causing me to like curl up into like a ball, like a roly poly.
Yeah, it's certainly not as bad for the woman because you can keep going. It's fine, you know.
Well, I mean, look, don't pretend. You know, women have experience with cramps.
Oh no, for sure that's true.
You know,
That
like-
is true.
You know, whatever
Foot's a
happened to
different
me,
one, though.
you're probably like, yeah, wuss. You know, yeah. Well, how old were you when that happened? Yeah, try having that happen when you're 13, bitch.
I'll
Like,
tell
okay,
you what.
sorry.
I have a pretty high pain tolerance. Getting my tongue split made me humble.
Mhm.
It made me humble. I will say that.
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure it was like a fucking punishment for some medieval crime. So yeah,
Probably.
And
Yeah,
then they
it
realized
was-
he benefited from it.
Yeah,
somebody did. That's when they stopped.
Yeah, I made my money back.
Oh man.
Look, we can keep going. We can take a little break if you want to take a little break, or we can end it. I don't know where
Your
like,
schedule is or what's going on.
yeah,
I mean,
I know
Oh.
we're
yeah, because I think you have a time schedule, so you
You're
want to do
good.
it.
We can keep going for a little while.
all right. Yeah, that's cool. So let's get into something else.
Yeah.
Oh, I just whacked the microphone. How about this? If your job had a warning label, what would it say?
A warning label.
Yeah.
No, I'm retarded. Skip
Okay,
that
fuck
one.
it. What's something about the business side of things that people would that people don't realize? Most people.
I think that it's an actual business. Like you are genuinely running an actual business. And it is, like we were talking about earlier, it's more of a job than a 9 to 5.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people still think that you can just go and like drop a picture of your pussy and make thousands of dollars. And it is literally not, unless you are, you know, a
Previously
superstar,
famous,
some
right.
some sort of famous person
When
or
like
something.
a fake boob pic makes you $1 million in a day.
Yeah.
Or wasn't it Bella Thorne
Yeah.
who did the?
Yes.
She did the
that's right,
fake.
Yeah.
Yep. And said it
But
was
she
research
brought
for a
a
role.
ton of fucking like attention to the platform.
Yes.
She did.
I didn't even
yeah.
know what the platform was before that.
Yeah, that is kind
I
of.
mean, that
what-
was like a long time ago, I guess, relatively now, but still.
Yeah, so it's really not like that. You also have to keep in mind that there's a lot of people willing to do OnlyFans. So the market is saturated as fuck.
Yeah, we know. I mean, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, what was one of the things people told us about it that we weren't getting? We only have 100 followers.
Yeah.
That means that even our closest fucking friends aren't following our podcast.
Yeah.
And our
People
social
we've
stuff.
known for 25, 30, 40 fucking years
Yeah.
are not following us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
So our account has 100 followers, Yet in the last year we got 5.2 million hits.
Well, that's
But
good.
we're not getting any followers, but we keep getting the track hits.
It's harder to get. My views are 5.8 million right now for the last 30 days.
Yeah.
But my following is
Her
not.
30 days is our year.
Yeah, her 30 days beats our year.
Yeah.
It's not anywhere near that. I have 95,000 followers, I think, just shy of 95,000 followers. It's easy as fuck to get views. And people, I think, when I think about how I'm scrolling on Instagram, I could see something that I like and that I think is funny, and the odds of me following the account are low, you know? So you really have to...
Even if I send it to somebody, I may not actually follow the account.
Yes. So, but that... views do still translate, you know?
Right.
Views
No, but
are
like
important.
I think I was like talking to another performer the other day who was like, yeah, no, go to my page on Pornhub and like my videos. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, do you have like hit favorites? And if you have playlists, throw them in the playlist. Like every little bit of interaction.
Yeah.
By like a fan or a viewer, even if they're not paying for the premium service, has an effect on the actual performer, who now, I don't know, I feel like now porn stars are like a whole new caliber of like person.
Yeah.
You have so many much cooler people like you who didn't get into it for, like taking a swing here for daddy issues.
Right.
You said your parents were cool. They were well-to-do, like all that. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like,
I'll clarify. My dad absolutely hates what I do.
No, I'm sure it's
absolutely fucking hates it.
Cool.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is.
Right.
I'm a 33-year-old woman. What are you gonna do?
Right. And I mean, not speaking from experience, but just the only thought I had if I were to try to like put my dad in your shoes at that point is, God, please don't let her not be on this page.
I can see that.
Let her not be on this page.
Yeah, I can see that.
Every time I hit next, every time I got it, I was like, please don't let her be here.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching, it was like Pornocopia, or it was some like HBO Showtime sort of porn documentary series.
Right.
And they had a famous girl on, and I don't remember her name now. And they had asked her, like, does your family know? And she's like, yeah, my dad knows, and, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, like, her biggest fear, was that I had to tell him because I didn't want him to find out on accident.
That's exactly what made me want to tell them. And as I grew, like, again, in the beginning, that was kind of one of those things where I was like, I'm going to just fly under the radar, say I still work at this location, and fuck, they'll be none the wiser.
Mm-hmm.
But it blew up so much more than that, and now I'm a lot more social media forward and involved in all sorts of things that as it goes on, the odds of someone finding out, or not even my dad specifically, a family friend, whoever it may be, or a family friend's son who's like browsing something, he's like, so that's why I did also, because I would rather you hear it from me and know what's out there than stumble upon it one day. He also works in a very high up position. Obviously they're very well to do. So there's definitely some like embarrassment factor there for him, which I also understand. All of his feelings are valid, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But
cool.
Yeah, I think the nice thing to do is to just boldly put it out there, and it also helped me, to be honest, because as time went on and things continued to get bigger and bigger, especially getting more into the comedy side of things. I know he loves comedy. The odds of something, if I can beat it so that you're mentally prepared for that conversation, I feel like I've done you a solid, even if you're absolutely livid about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can, not that attest you or anything, but I can get down with that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good answer.
Yeah. And people will ask, they're like, what if your child wanted to do that? And I'm like, would it be my career choice for them? No, of course not. Nobody's going to be like, I am dying to have a porn star kid, you know?
Right.
Nobody feels that way. But would I at least want the communication to be open so that my safety concerns, health concerns, if they need anything, there's at least open and understanding dialogue there. From my perspective, knowing about the industry, I would at least feel like, okay, the good news is I can tell you safety things, health things, things to look out for, you know? So again, of course, nobody's going to pick that career for their kid. I get it. No dad's going to be happy about it unless something is wrong with you. But you can still either be non-strangely supportive or even just accepting but not... You don't got to give it a thumbs up, but it is what it is.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it really does. It does. And also because, like you said, you've been in it since, like, you got in it, like, right around COVID, right? And I feel like also a little bit before then was when you had all these headlines about, like, community people getting outed for their OnlyFans pages, right? And so I think that also may have also helped play a part in your, you know, ultimate decision to disclose, just because it's like, look, I don't need, you know, this to be like all of a sudden gossip.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's out there and I own it and I control it, then it is what it is.
And it's nice too, because then I just tell people now too, if we're out and about doing something, someone's like, oh, what do you do for work? I'm just porn, you know? And it's always funny. I think it's funnier to do that because they have, no matter what, you want to maintain some level of like calm collected, but you can see it like,
and she didn't say JK right after it.
Oh, I have one of those.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. She's still not saying she's joking. 3 Mississippi.
That happened at a 4th of July party. And apparently, I didn't know that this poor woman, someone I met prior, I had met their husband. So everyone at this party I'd met, everyone at this party knew, except this poor woman. And she was there was a reason her husband did not tell her. She is certainly a more conservative girl, and that's fine. But I didn't know that she didn't know, and I had not met her before. And it was that was Halloween. It was Halloween, that's right, because she was dressed up. So it was like, okay, I really can't get a vibe for you.
Sure.
Based off
a costume.
How you're dressed,
Right.
So she asked, and I told her, and she was like, ha, 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 ha. And then it was just kind of quiet for a second. She's like, no, really, what do you do? And I was like,
no, really?
Oh, no, really, like, that's it. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, oh, yeah, like, that's... And she was visibly uncomfortable, sat there in silence for about 3 more minutes, walked away.
Probably felt embarrassed, too. She tried to make a joke of it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's probably all kinds of things going through her head.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine, you know, what, like a, you know... Yeah. What a pearl clutch.
Has the husband avoided you since?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
I was like, I wonder if she did a strict rule on like...
No, and she did. She ended up following me on Instagram and everything, and she's like interacting and stuff. So I think it was the shock in the moment, which I love me some shock factor. I think it's hilarious.
But at the same time, you're kind of changing, you know, changing stigmas.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, for, you know, somebody who's conservative and maybe travels in super conservative circles is going to have a stigma about the work. And that now it's like, well, no, they're not all like bad people. They're not all prostitutes. They're not all scammers or whatever. Like, some of them are just normal people.
That sounds like a conversation we have every time you get the wrong girl.
Yeah. Yeah, usually they're not normal people, though.
Well, you know, we've all got our own little quirks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I call myself a normal person.
Are we all?
What is
any
normal?
Of us really normal?
That's true.
You know,
normal.
if you're not locked up for it, you're normal. You know.
Well,
that's not true
you're
either
just
anymore.
really good at getting away with it.
Yeah, that's not true anymore either.
Here's a hot topic.
Yeah.
Hot topic.
That was a store in a mall.
It looks like you were just there.
It still exists.
Really? I thought malls were dead.
Well, they are. I haven't been to one in forever, but I know that Hot Topic still exists.
.com.
Do you think, okay, let's say you commit a crime, it's a felony, but you don't get caught. Are you a felon? Or is it
No.
the conviction? Okay. No? How about you?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, you're a
Now let
criminal.
me ask you this.
But you are a criminal.
You are a criminal. You're not a
Okay.
felon.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
What you got?
If you're a pedophile and you don't get caught,
Uh-huh.
You're still a pedophile.
are
Still
you still a
pedophile.
pedophile? Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're still a
Okay.
pedophile.
Interesting.
Right.
Very different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because think about it. The act of getting caught makes you a felon.
Yes.
But you're still a pedophile either way.
Makes you- right.
A criminal getting caught is a felon, but he's a criminal either way.
Okay,
You're just
so
calling the title is
just
what it is.
not felon. Okay.
Right. So if you remove criminal, you could say, murderer. You
Point
could
one for
say Grand Theft Auto. You could put the
Yeah.
crime in there. You're still committing that crime no matter what.
Right.
But you're not the felon until that goes through.
Okay.
Right. And
Fair
there's
I'll-
not a
I'll
special
accept it.
special list for you to have to register on
Right.
when you do that thing.
Well, they kind of do that for you, but
No, but there's like if you move into a certain neighborhood, you have to tell
Mhm.
the community this person's moving into your neighborhood, right?
Angie's
Or
List or whatever. What's that
even
called?
if you Megan's Law. if you-
Megan, okay.
Megan's,
Sorry.
yeah.
I was
you
trying to
know,
remember from
and even if
SVU.
you don't, you're still registered, so I can look up where you fucking live on my computer
that's right.
and know where all the sexual predators are, which is something I was always advised never to ever actually do. Because, now and then you get like a Charlie Day from Horrible Bosses who is just a drunk dude walking through a park and peed and happened to be a playground.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I was like, I peed on a playground and, I
Yeah.
fucking, like whatever.
I can get behind it with the stipulation that they would still be identified as a criminal. I'm comfortable calling someone who is committing felonies. I'm comfortable calling them a felon regardless of
They do felonious behavior.
regardless of if they've been caught or not. I don't think that you have to be convicted.
No, it's got to be convicted.
And that's the popular vote, so I'll
Right.
take it.
Right.
But I
Because-
can see it with the distinction
here's
of
the other
them
thing.
still being a
Because
criminal.
the felony.
Here's the other thing, though. That felony can always get knocked down
Yes,
to a
that's
misdemeanor.
True. But
And now, when you call him a felon, he can now say, no,
Oh,
it was
I
just a
don't-
misdemeanor. It was just a misunderstanding.
what I'm saying
It
is
was thrown away. I
they
didn't do
don't
any
get
time.
convicted for anything.
Right? No,
Not even a misdemeanor.
they don't get
They still
arrested.
did the act,
Yes.
but they're
Right.
not a felon. They're
right.
still a criminal.
Right. But if you're a criminal and you get caught and it's a felony and you make a deal and it gets knocked down to a misdemeanor and you end up not serving time, you are no longer a felon. You can still vote.
What's your guys' take on the death penalty?
Yes. But I don't like how long it takes.
Fair.
Yeah, I was going to say the problem with the death penalty
Is
is
it costs
now
more
it's-
than
it
life
costs more
sentence.
than the sentence or
So
going through.
I'm not cool with that.
That's I
I'm
get
also,
that.
in the same sentence, I'm not cool that a prisoner, it costs more twice, maybe 3 times now with inflation. Who knows? I haven't seen the stat in a while. But I remember a class I took in college, which is now almost fucking 20 years away, right? Anyway, that, at that time, it was $80,000 a year to house a felon in a state penitentiary, and they were spending $30K a year per student on average for public schools.
yeah.
So it was like, how the fuck
Right.
do you not expect to keep filling this one up
Yeah.
if you're not putting, that there?
It's
So,
a catch-22.
yeah,
though.
I
Right.
think it should be a little stricter. 1 on the timing that allows, but 2 on what can be clause for death penalty.
I can
Meaning-
get behind that.
So yes, death penalty should still exist, but because if you take it off the table, then what is the repercussions to not do these things? If you're going to
Right.
go to prison for 100 years, you're going to go to prison for 100 years, you'll keep doing worse and
Right.
worse. It's not going to stop. But because of how many times in the past things have occurred where they ended up being innocent, or they found out there was a situation, or there was some type of
Right, somebody gets off
Yes.
death row because of DNA nowadays.
correct. There should be some limitations and maximums on how it is to actually give you that penalty. Meaning it has
Yeah.
to be verified or validated by some type of
a
Protocol.
surplus of physical
Correct.
evidence or something.
Right, not
yeah.
and not even necessarily through a list
Jury
of
trial.
appeals,
Mhm.
you know, but I mean like a list of or a like a program or whatever, like a thing of guardrails that are in place to be like, all right, triple check DNA. Now do now fucking AI minority project. Now you go down your your rabbit hole and see what you can find out. You know, because you don't want to come out at the end and find out that fuck no, the dude didn't kill his wife. It's his reflection in a mirror,
Right.
and that's why it's like right there. So like you don't want to, so like that's why I'm saying like there have to be like processes that
Yeah.
you go through once found convicted and guilty of a heinous crime that would warrant a death penalty. Now you have to go through this process of confirming whether or not how if you really do deserve the death penalty for
Right.
this, or is there anything that could be a maybe, is there any actual doubt here, is there any real something that should stop this. Like I hate being like everything is black and white kind of person.
No, it's
you know what I mean?
not.
Like you're either dead for this one or you're not. But when it's like kids in nature,
Yeah.
right? When you like, even if you didn't kill them, but you killed part of them.
Yeah.
I might not be talking into this enough. Maybe you didn't kill them, but you killed part of them, or you did something that like fucks them up for the rest of their life.
Right.
Like that is almost the same. And almost all those people, I would say, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then there's but at the same time, like I don't know, like I sometimes I'm like, yeah, I guess redemption is possible in cases, and I feel like that kind of post-trial maybe process could maybe do something to be like, yeah, this person's worth rehabilitating, whereas this other one is not.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
I
where it
know,
gets
and now
tricky.
all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
because
that's
now
gonna
you're,
sound
now
right.
you're going to the point where
It's
like,
personal and not just based off law.
correct. It has to be a set standard. Doesn't matter who you are, what's going
Right,
on.
no, but I'm saying like doctors determine how crazy or delusional or whatever was like, yeah, this
So
dude had.
that's where you're to the point
absolutely-
where chemical castration or the chemical where making you like a eunuch type stuff where it's not functioning, that conversation comes up, but then you start coming into the human rights issues, and then you start coming up into
Right, and
so
that's
it's kind of a
exactly
every which way you can do to make sure it doesn't occur again is a violation of human rights.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. That is.
That's
know,
the catch-22 of humanity.
Mhm.
Right, and it just seems so fucked up that not being the most populated country in the world, we do have the most populated prisons per capita based on our population in the world.
I think a
we-
great way to clear some of that up
Go
is
for
to
it.
release anyone that's in there on strictly weed-based offenses.
Fuck yes.
It blows my mind. I think about this all the time. I don't know if you guys have them here, but in California, we have weed billboards like any other thing.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine. Can you imagine? And I'm talking like weed. I don't even care if it was possession with intent to sell. It's weed. It's pretty much legal now. It's
Mhm.
definitely legal in California.
Right.
Why are we? Can you imagine getting out of prison for God knows how many years and then driving, taking a cab wherever the fuck you're gonna go and seeing weed billboards?
Yeah.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Yes, I
That would be
agree.
Insane.
There was that movie, Formula 51, with Samuel L. Jackson,
That was a good movie.
where he is like a chemist,
Yeah.
right? And this movie starts and he had just graduated from Berkeley or UCLA or USC, some big California school, and he's driving down PCH, and he lights a joint.
Mhm.
He gets pulled over, and he tries talking to the cop, and obviously he gets thrown in jail for the joint. He got thrown in jail for like, what was it, like 26 fucking years or something, right?
Yeah.
He comes out and it's like, gets back to work as a chemist and shit. But, that's kind of like the thing. It's like, dude had nothing on him, basically.
Yeah.
Like, so many of these, especially early ones were like, yo, yeah,
Just hippie stoners.
right. And it was, it was like that whole, like, anti, hippie kind of movement, like the Nixon era
Yeah.
of like, knock them down, clear the streets of them. They're agitators, they're, traitors or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So, oh, hey, if we found a hippie and he's got some weed on him, like, gone,
Yeah.
But then you had the hippies who, like, Manson family that made him look bad too.
Yep.
You know?
Unrelated, randomly came up. Have you seen My Mother's Eyes?
No, I've never met her.
Yeah, I mean,
Great horror movie.
oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah. It randomly popped into my head.
Right, I was like, why did she just ask Joe? What did I miss here?
It's in a different language. I think it's French.
Fine.
There's not a lot of dialogue though. Very interesting movie. Yeah, I just can't fathom. I think that would clear up a lot of time.
The Eyes of My Mother.
The Eyes of My Mother. Thank you. I am pretty pro death penalty. I also think that there is a way to repurpose people who are serving life sentences to a way that would be beneficial to society.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen The Human Centipede 3, haven't you?
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Do you like those movies?
I
yeah.
couldn't get past one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the third one. Are you kidding me?
It's borderline funny,
Yeah.
It's really... I'm surprised none of the scary movies have created anything with that in it.
Oh, did you see, do you know Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the game they made?
No.
Weren't you the one telling me about that?
I don't remember. Maybe.
So a bunch of kids in schools got in trouble, and they had to shut them down because someone remade Five Nights at Freddy's with Five Nights at Epstein's Island.
Oh my God.
And you had to hide from Epstein and all the people.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to go home and look for it now.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Sorry, I know I sidetracked us so much. I am
No, that's the point of this. That's why it's
Okay,
effing
great.
around.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know
Exactly.
you had questions. I'm
No,
like,
hey.
no, we were just trying to keep it for you for like the same area where
my
normally.
brain.
Yeah.
Right, like I said, we were gonna start with a plan, but we were gonna hit a tangent and we are gonna go off from there. And then I have questions that if I sense
If it's a lull.
if I sense a lull
Yeah.
coming, or like I try to predict it, or I try to kind of see, okay, it looks like this conversation is gonna wind down. Let me find a real quick question, or something that we had like kind of pre-talked about to talk about. That way I could just bring something up. But no, yeah, we're totally fine.
like,
That's the whole idea here is we're just kind of hanging out and talking.
We started doing this because in the beginning we were doing it with a lot of people in the weed industry, like owners and operators of different stuff, and people who grow it, cultivators, and they would be smoking and passing stuff around, and there would be a point where everybody just went.
Yeah, everybody would be so stoned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was
there would just be these like quiet, like these dead.
You needed a little more structure, a little more
these
filler.
dead spaces. So
because
I
it was
right.
They would be talking mid sentence and they just go. And I'm sitting there because I don't smoke.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and if I say something, you have to wait.
Right.
Joe, how dominant are you? How deep are we into this?
Not as deep as you think, but definitely dom.
Okay, like dungeon, so not dungeon.
No, I'm not going to dungeon.
But like
I did look into them. We actually did looking at some dungeons and going, but I won't sign NDAs.
Okay.
And I won't sign any type of paperwork where I can't talk about something.
Interesting.
So that removes
That's
most of them
smart.
from the table.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we got to be able to talk about it here.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have I played with like whips and chains and handcuffs?
Yeah.
And,
Okay, so more like 50 Shades of Grey early vibes.
Yeah, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but
I only read it.
okay, never read it either.
It was a horny book for sure.
Yeah, I actually saw I only saw the first movie with a girl when it like first came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we went on like a Valentine's Day date, and then afterwards that's when she let me know that she was like into that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I did go down that road a little bit. She didn't want to tie me up. She wanted me tying her up and doing the
Yeah, that would never be an option. Me being tied up.
the spanking and the whipping.
No,
Yeah,
not happening.
Mm-hmm.
but right. Joe kept trying to get me to get onto one of those racks or wheels that were
Yeah.
at
I wanted him to. I thought it'd be funny. It'd be great for the show. He said no.
He wanted me to get spanked by the Excalibur size,
Yes.
paddle.
Our friend did.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's really me yet. Let's.
Don't how you put the yet in there.
Yeah.
For me, it's dead never.
Yeah.
And he's got the yet.
Interesting.
It's there.
Right. Well, I mean, if I gotta, we're doing stuff for the show,
Right.
but also, like she said, I am open-minded, yet there's a shyness about me. So, it's like,
I
yeah,
see that.
I don't know. I don't know if I would like it or not. I think I wouldn't. I'm not a pain person.
You never know till you try.
See what she's saying?
I have a girlfriend who she ties people professionally. Like, that's her shit. She does some crazy shit. Like, she has this dude who pays her to kidnap him and
Whoa.
play out this whole thing. Yeah, it's awesome. But I was curious about it because I'd really never actually like dove into like the actual rope bondage side of shit. So I paid her for a session, and she tied me up and beat the shit out of me with various different things for hours, like 2 hours.
So I had a friend who did dominatrix stuff, but she was never beating them. It was more like chores and like worship for her.
Yeah.
So she'd have me over and we'd be having a drink while a guy was like crawling around cleaning the floor and like a chastity
service
thing.
Yeah,
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this
service
is
sub.
really awkward for me. And she goes, no, it's fine. You just
See,
go.
I could totally have a service sub. That'd be great.
We saw a few of them at the fest.
There
Yeah.
were, but they were all there with people. I could do a service sub. That'd be nice. But I can talk and act in a very dominant way. Sometimes I am a pretty dominant person. It just depends on the relationship dynamic, right?
Sure. Situations, too.
Yeah. But I don't like to hurt people.
Yeah,
I don't enjoy hurting people, even if that's what it
that's what you
like,
want.
does it for them.
Right.
It's still a block for me.
Mhm.
That's why I'm like, I don't think I could do,
Yeah.
unless I like hate you for some reason, at which point you're probably not going to come pay me to beat the shit out of you. So
Right. And that
I'll
was
do
kind
it
of
for free.
right. That was kind of the hard part about my first, like I said, my first real kind of like
Especially as a
BDSM
man.
experience.
Especially as a man, I'd be worried.
Right. So I'm like, like I was sitting there and she was, blindfolded and tied up, and I was like, I for like parts of it I felt kind of creepy about. Like, oh, like what if I like this too much? Let's just
No CNC for Mike.
Yeah, so I mean it ended up being, pretty
Oh, CNC.
tame in that regard. But yeah. I mean, hasn't really been much. I've never had anybody like I've done like, some choking, that kind of stuff, but I've
What do
never
you mean you've done some choking? That's like part of the standard repertoire.
Right, but yeah, no like no real nothing past much of what I did with the one girl with the the handcuffs. Like handcuffs and some ties and blindfolds and stuff have been they've come up here and there.
No, you wouldn't like CNC. It would play into an insecurity factor, I think.
Okay.
A fear of denial.
Okay.
Do you know what CNC is?
No. Consensual non-consent.
non-consent.
Consensual non-consent.
That means they basically want you to rape them and they're gonna bite you.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because I would really, I'd be like, all right, I can't.
Yeah.
You're really scared.
No.
You're scaring me.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that.
No?
Yeah, I had somebody once do a bipolar flip during the middle of normal
yeah.
and started attacking me during the middle of sex.
Okay.
And it was the weirdest thing ever because, like, they did a sudden flip.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Joe found out the hard way that, she can say no at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like,
that's true.
reached out apologizing later because she explained what happened. And I'm like, yeah, no, never happen again.
Yeah.
Nope,
Good
nope,
on
nope.
all that. Yeah, I could see that ruining that for you. I don't know. I can definitely get down with some CNC, but a very specific person.
Protocols and rules, too.
Yeah, that's a big trust thing, I think. Same with more dominant stuff in general.
Right.
Well, I mean,
There's always
there
a
was
line. I don't think it's cookie cutter. Like,
No,
for me,
no,
like,
of
I don't
course
have
not.
a cookie cutter thing I like.
Okay.
It has to mesh with who I'm with and how it
Yeah.
aligns, and then we figure out what works. So
Right.
I think when someone goes in and just does the same thing all the time, they're just looking for someone to replace the first person.
That's fair.
But I think if you find what works together when you meet the person,
well, yeah, it's a very
then it's more of a-
relationship-based
yes.
Right.
type
It's
thing.
like, okay, like, it's like role play, whatever. It's
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah, I
would
see
say that. Like
Interesting.
Modern Family when, they go to the hotel.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
Yes.
Natasha and what was he calling himself? Boris or something?
It was Boris.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that one was
yeah,
from.
I can understand the C and C thing. It's very, very submissive. In
Sure,
this,
no.
In this relationship, extremely submissive.
Right, no, but if there in that case, that's what it would. But
Yeah.
that's like there was the thing that was in the news sometime in the last few years, where the guy was cheating on his wife, and it was like people were showing up at the wife's house or at their house because somebody had posted rape fantasies, like she was coming from her.
Oh, I saw that episode.
Yeah,
Right,
I
and there's
remember
even
that.
there's been Dateline about it ever since, but I remember it ended up coming out that it was actually the wife doing it, and she was doing
Framing.
a double,
Yeah.
a double flip. She was making it look like it was the girlfriend, the mistress, doing it to her, when in reality she was doing it to herself, just to get the other girl in trouble and get rid of her.
By the way, when you said that, there was not a guess in my mind. I've seen him beat up Scott Adkins in a movie.
yeah. He gets that all the time. All the time. But I've had, different people will get a very dominant side from me.
Right.
Sure.
So it depends on the person for sure. But
Yeah,
in
it's
a
energy-based.
long-term relationship, I have to have a more dominant person. I'm also, you'll be shocked to know, a handful. I am a...
We saw you in the dress, we know.
I am a mouthy, smartass, very opinionated,
Mhm.
bullheaded. So there's, it's gotta be, you gotta be a strong motherfucker.
Yeah, you gotta,
Mentally.
right.
Yeah, I hate to be the voice of reason here, but what time is your...
Yeah, actually,
How long,
I actually have to use the restroom, so let's wrap
how
this
far
up.
away is the airport?
Which one?
O'Hare.
Could be
It's back where you guys came from, basically.
yeah,
Okay.
you're going back right over there.
Yeah, so it's probably a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
okay, cool.
Like I'm looking, I just looked at my phone. I'm like, I probably should say something. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like we're gonna hit something else and
Yeah.
get going, and I don't want to go
And
in the
I
middle
will.
of something.
I promise you, I will talk.
Yeah, no, we're.
I mean, Mike's taking mental notes over here.
right, we're nearing the 2-hour
He's
mark.
going to be sending you questions later on what
Are
to
we
do.
really?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
Are we really?
that's what
Time
I said.
flies so fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not on a protocol and you just kind of
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Well, and with that, this has been Effing Around, and today we were effing around with Ellie Stockholm. Look her up if you're interested in the Dom stuff, and she does other stuff too. She does custom
Just
videos.
don't do it in front of your coworkers.
Or do.
Yeah.
Drop link. EllieStockholm.com. Just send them all there. It's fine.
Yeah, we are Mike and Joe.
Thank you very much.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike. Take it easy.
Sounds good.
It's supposed to be lower.